Hello everyone, welcome back. So yeah, today we're back at Rock Domain Climbing Gym. So I think today we'll just do a lot of progressive climbing. We'll just start off easy with some V2, V3s and work our way up to some V4 and V5s for you guys to see, and then come back down. So I guess you'll see a lot of different routes, different type of routes from easier ones to a bit more challenging ones up to V5s. And I think this time I might do some voiceover on some of the routes just so you get a bit more of a better idea of how the routes are here. So anyways, that's all, and let's see how we do. Bye. Okay, so the first route we have here is a V3. And for this gym, the V3s are pretty simple. They normally have 1 to 2 challenging moves, but normally all the V3s in this gym are the holds are very good, just a bit of complicated puzzle solving moves they have to do. So for this one, you have to get and stand on this volume and then twist your body, turn around. It's a bit of balancing act to do, but nothing too difficult. And I got a bit confused in terms of where you actually had to place your feet, because you have to sort of just use the wall to push yourself up on the holds here, like that. But yeah, I think once you figure this out, there's nothing too hard, and just a simple slight kick that you see here to the hold on top. So once you get there, you're pretty much home free. A lot of these V3 routes I see at this gym, once you get over that 1 to 2 difficult moves, you're pretty much home free. If your grip strength is pretty good. So I decided to film this V3 one, this pink one, which I think is probably the hardest V3 in the whole gym, where all the moves were quite intense. The overhang was a very intense overhang. Very shallow hold, so not a lot of grip on your feet and on your hands. And this last bit, pretty much it's going over 90 degrees, and you can't really see your feet, so you get a bit confused where you have to place your feet. But as a V3, I would say it's sort of the end spectrum of V3, closing to a V4. The reason why it's not a V4 is probably all the holds are sort of within reaching distance. Okay, for the next one we have here is a V5. So, it took me about, I think, 2 to 3 days of practicing on this one particular V5 to get it. Just because the V5s for this short route is very intense. This particular move just now that you saw, you really had to hold on to the left-hand grip. And then once you reach there, there's a very high chance that your foot would slip out. There's not a lot of holes where you can put a toe hook in or heel hook in there. And once you've made these 2 to 3 very tough moves, the last bit is, I think a lot of strength related as well. So the V5s in this gym, even though they're short routes, they really wear you out by the time you've done sort of the first 2 to 3 of these moves. And normally with the V5s here, the first 2 or 3 moves are sort of the key main puzzle solving moves that you really have to figure out what you have to do. I think the route setters are very good in terms of providing a very good puzzle for you to solve as a V5. Like for this one, I actually had to ask someone. Couldn't figure it out. You actually had to use a combination of stepping on the volume on your left feet that you'll see in a bit. And with the right foot, you have to use a toe hook to get your body stabilized in that position while you reached for a hold on your left hand. That one. That is a very small, shallow hold that won't last very long. So you really have to speed up, get both foot placed over on the volume again, and grab for that hold, which is the best hold of the whole route. The difficulty, I think, is once you get that hold, you've used a lot of energy, and the last few moves are quite intense as well. So glad I got this done. Haven't done all the V5s, obviously. Most of them are quite difficult, but we'll keep practicing. This V4 for an overhang, normally in this gym, when the overhangs are long bouldering routes, each of the holds tend to be within good reaching distance. They make the holds a bit rounded so that it's slightly a bit difficult to hold. But this particular V4 overhang, long, you have to use a bit of endurance. But overall, the holds are pretty good, except the last 2. I was a bit surprised on the last 2 hold, and I actually thought I was gonna fall. That particular one, it just was so slanted and not really a lot of places to grip. So really had to just go for that other hold, and that hold on the right hand side is very shallow. So it's sort of quick moves to the top, and then of course the top hold is very good. But yeah, as a V4, pretty good V4. I think as a good both a warm up and a cool down route. This one was a new V4 that is a short overhang V4, so as a V4, I think it was very tough. I mean, the amount of times it took to try it probably took as much as I took to get the V5s. I think because all the holds were just slanted very awkwardly. You really had to focus on body position and which way you were pulling, and plus it's an overhand that makes everything, I think, a lot more tougher on your body, on your muscles. But yeah, once you figure sort of the first 4 or 5 moves, and then you're up top here, you're pretty much home free. Just getting over last bit over here. But very good V4. Definitely not an easy V4. I would say a mid difficulty V4. So yeah, really recommend if anyone's around this area. A cooldown, a good V3 cooldown. I like to cool down on V3s that are long boarding routes, just because I think they're not overly too tiring, but yet you do get a good workout. For this particular one, the V3s were, this one, the V3 was, it was quite good holds, but small holds as a V3. So good to sort of work out those last finger bits and get a good workout for the day. All right, that's it, guys. We'll see you next time on Boulder Quest.